Mhm. I just thought that I would just look at this book, Samuel. Mhm. Um, there is a guy in the Bible named Samuel, yeah. And he's one of those that I kind of did like quite a bit, and it's quite a story. He was one of these that could hear from God. Not a lot of them can do it, but he could do it, and once in a while he'd get a little upset at those that didn't want to follow the commands of the Lord. Now, just starting in chapter 2, yeah, Hannah prayed and said, My heart rejoiceth in the Lord. Mine horn is exalted in the Lord. My mouth is enlarged over mine enemies because I rejoice in thy salvation. There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none beside thee, neither is there any rock like our God. Talk no more so exceeding proudly, let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. Now she goes into quite a talk about her personal beliefs about the Lord. But there was this guy named Eli, yeah, uh, and see, he will keep the feet of the saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. Yeah. If you've not read chapter 2 of the first book of Samuel, you should. Well, these sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. And they were priests, as the custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest servant came with while the flesh was in seething, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand. Yeah. And he struck it into the pot or the pan or the kettle or the cauldron or whatever. All that the flesh hook brought up, the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came thither. Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, Give flesh to roast for the priest. For he will not have sodden flesh of thee, but raw. And if any man said unto him, Let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as thy soul desireth, then he would answer him, Nay, but thou shalt give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force. Wherefore the sin of the young man was very great before the Lord, for men abhorred the offering of the Lord. But Samuel, yes, ministered before the Lord, being a child girded with a linen ephod. Moreover, his mother made him a little coat, and brought it to him from year to year when she came up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice. Eli blessed Elkanah and his wife, and said, The Lord give thee seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to the Lord. And they went unto their own home. And the Lord visited Hannah, so that she conceived and bare 3 sons and 2 daughters. And the child Samuel grew before the Lord. So she had, it looks like 6 kids. Yeah. Now Eli was very old, and heard all that his sons did unto all Israel. And how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And they said unto them, Why do ye such things? For I hear of your evil dealings by all this people. Nay, my sons, for it is no good report that I hear you make the Lord's people to transgress. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against the Lord, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them. What they were doing is they were kind of acting like they were priests, but they're really well, they were having sex with all the women that worked in the tabernacle. No, yep, they were, and they kept taking the fat. They wouldn't just take the meat. They were helping themselves to anything and everything, thinking, well, I'm in the priesthood. I can do whatever I want. You can't tell me what to do, and I'll just do whatever I want. Now, In verse 25, this is really good because if one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. Yes. Uh, but if a man sin against the Lord, who shall entreat for him? Yeah. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them. Yeah. See, Eli had some sons that were in the same priesthood as himself. Yeah. But they found out that the women would sleep with them, have sex with them. His father's like, you shouldn't do it, but they didn't want to listen to him. Then in verse 26, the child Samuel grew on and was in favor both with the Lord and also with men. Now this little boy Samuel, yeah, he's one of those that was listening to God. His mom brought him a little coat and he had a little family, and he's working in the in the tabernacle of the Lord, and he was doing whatever it was that they wanted him to do. And there came a man of God unto Eli and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Did I plainly appear unto the house of thy father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house? Mhm. And did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to offer upon mine altar, and to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me? And did I give unto the house of thy father all the offerings made by fire of the children of Israel? Wherefore, verse 29, ye at my sacrifice, and at mine offering, which I have commanded in my habitation. Yes. And honors thy sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel, my people. Pooh. Wherefore the Lord God of Israel saith, I said indeed that thy house and the house of thy father should walk before me forever. But now the Lord saith, Be it far from me. For them that honor me I will honor, and they that despise me shall I be lightly esteemed. Behold, the days come that I will cut off thine arm and the arm of thy father's house. Yeah. That there shall not be an old man in thine house. Oh. And thou shalt see an enemy in my habitation, and all the wealth which God shall give Israel, and there shall not be an old man in thine house forever. And the man of thine, whom I shall not cut off from mine altar, shall be to consume thine eyes, and to grieve thine heart, and all the increase of thine house shall die in the flower of their age. See in verse 34, yeah. And this shall be a sign unto thee, that shall come upon thy two sons, on Hophni and Phinehas, the day they shall die, both of them. And I will raise me up a faithful priest that shall do according to that which is in mine heart and in my mind, and I will build him a sure house, and he shall walk before mine anointed forever. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left in thine house shall come and crouch to him for a piece of silver and a morsel of bread, shall say, Put me, I pray thee, into one of the priest's offices, that I may eat a piece of bread. Now, this whole idea of getting old, right? There won't be any old people. You know, your stupid sons are fucking all the women and they're eating all the fat.